Welcome to Magic the Budgeting, where we learn how to play Magic without breaking the bank. This video is a guide on completing the Green Deck Color Challenge in Magic the Gathering Arena. If you're a first-time player, you can find the Color Challenge here next to your experience rewards. And if you are a returning player, you can come up to Learn More, drop down to Master the Color Challenge to replay it if that's what you're looking for. We are working on the green deck, so let's go ahead and begin. First matchup is against Ajani and the white deck. Of all the challenges, I personally think that green is the most straightforward. The idea is that you play lots of mana, you get big creatures, and they just win you the game. And you'll see that in action right away here. 2 mana, and we can drop this little Caryatid, which when you tap it, gives you more mana. Essentially, we have 3 mana on the board for our opponent, even though they are the turn 1 player. We have another forest. Let's go ahead and get a Pack Hunter on the field to defend us. Now we can play another forest, another Pack Hunter. This gives our previous Pack Hunter +2/+2, or 2/1/1 counters. And now that we've got a larger creature on the board, the Caryatid will give us 2 mana with its ability, once you control a creature with power 4 or greater. So we can use that to play another Caryatid, which is just going to give us even more mana, allowing us to play even stronger creatures. We'll go ahead and use the 5/5 Pack Hunter. Even if he blocks with everything, he'll lose his whole board. There he goes. A good trade, 1 creature for all of his, and we're left with a very strong board state, and it's only about to get more powerful. So now, with the addition of this forest, and with our 2 Caryatids, we can drop our Barontodon. And we can attack with the 3/3. There's nothing left except for this Hallowed Priest. And we're so far ahead at this point, we're just going to win out the game by using our large creatures here. If I had done my math and had these 2 little Caryatids attack, then we would have won right there, but that's fine. And we'll go ahead and... now, see, in real game, a lot of times you're going to use this for mana, so you're not going to want to bother with them. Let's go ahead. Use our large creatures to win us the game. Easy enough. On to Challenge 2, where we're going to do basically the same thing. Alright, and here we are, facing Chandra and the red deck. So, similar idea here. A lot of our early game is just building up mana and creatures that can tap for mana. Then we'll be able to play nice powerful creatures that can win us the game. The goal of red here, and a very common build for red, is that they're going to try and win the game very fast before we can get going. Our goal is to kind of survive until our creatures are too big, too valuable, and control the board for us so we can win the game. Not going to block. This is much more useful as a mana pool for us. Now we can drop another forest, and we have the Caryatid. We can actually drop a 5 mana creature here, the Sentinel Spider. 4/4, and has reach, so it can block flying creatures. Okay. And let's see, we have no more mana, unfortunately, so let's use the max amount here. Oh, I'm forgetting. We get an additional mana. I was gonna say, I know there's a way to do this. So we want to tap for more green mana, our Caryatid. There we go. We get 2 because we have a 4/4 creature on the board. Now we can drop the next Sentinel Spider. And this is what we need, is 1 leftover mana for Stony Strength. Now we can go ahead and attack with our other Sentinel Spider. Now this will all add up to 4, which would destroy our Sentinel Spider, but we have the instance in hand, so we can trick our opponent, play it now, up this to a 5/5. They lose all of their creatures and we lose nothing. What an excellent trade. Alright. Colossal Majesty, really an incredible card. We get to draw a card on top of our original draw card as long as we have a creature with at least 4 power on the board. We're going to go ahead and drop that. Okay, we still have the instant and the Caryatid if we need it for anything. We'll go ahead and attack with all since the board is clear. Spiders can still defend. End turn, we've got 1 forest here, so on Chandra's turn, we can use the Stony Strength if needed. Because we played it so well earlier, we're actually fine and we can block this creature without losing anything. And look at all of this draw power, since we have powerful creatures on the board. Now we can play this extra Caryatid. That'll ramp up the mana even further for our upcoming Brontodon here. And we can go ahead and attack with the Sentinel Spider, which she cannot destroy with just the dragon. And we just have so much more than we need. We already have enough on the board to win the game. Let's just throw out all the extra stuff. Look at this, an extra 5/5. There with the counters. Still have room for Stony Strength. We could have dropped the Brontodon. Doesn't really matter. Any way you want to play it is fine at this point. Let's go ahead and attack with all of the big creatures. In a real game, it would still be very bad to lose this mana. But, of course, it's over. Same idea, right? Play your forests, get your Caryatids out, play big creatures that cost a lot, and they'll win you the game. And we're on to facing Jace with the blue deck. Okay, similar story here. Let's go ahead and start with our Jungle Delver. Slightly different idea. This time we can use lots of extra mana to keep buffing this Jungle Delver. Alright, so we'll play our forest. And we can actually, this turn, take out the Sworn Guardian by tricking our opponent here. Let's see if they fall for the bait. We'll go ahead and attack with our... Do we activate anything first? No. So if we activate this now, we won't have mana left over for the Stony Strength, and that's important to remember. So, go to the combat phase, have the Jungle Delver attack. This is an obvious blocking choice here, but we have the mana to play the 2 instants, which brings our Jungle Delver to 3/3, which will win that fight. Alright, add another forest. Now this is neat. We can activate the ability to make this Jungle Delver a 4/4. And now this is actually going to be able to give us 2 mana on command, which would be very nice. Let's go ahead and we'll attack with the 4/4. And we'll end our turn. Still have mana from the Caryatid to add Stony Strength if we need to. Unfortunately, we have nothing to stop these flyers from over the top. Need another flying creature or reach to stop that. But we're okay here. Now, with 4/4 on the board, this becomes so valuable because our Caryatids are worth so much with the large creature. We'll go ahead and activate the ability, and we'll be fine here. So this just buffing our Delver even further. Now with 5/5. Attacks with 2 flyers. 5/5 beats the 4/4. This is all fine. We finally have enough. We could play the Rampaging Brontodon. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll get another massive creature on the board that can fight for us next turn. And if we need it, we still have mana left over for Stony Strength, but we should be fine. Jace is down to 5, and the game is basically ours at this point. Not enough here to take us out. That also won't do it. And this is a neat card we'll take a look at more in the next one, but we can choose a creature on our side, deal their power as damage to another creature on the opposite side. And it's an effective way, with all the big creatures in our deck, to remove our opponent's board. So we'll activate this ability just for fun. Still have mana left over. Might as well buff something up. We'll buff the Brontodon. Everything I can attack, since everything over there is tapped. And look at that, Jace with -15. So, slightly different. That time we used our mana to buff our creature until it was too strong. And then we dropped another big creature at the end. But still, similar idea. Get mana, get big creatures, and win the game. Last challenge here, we're facing Liliana with the black deck. So this is actually a big problem. We don't want to deal with these death touch creatures. This measly little 1-mana creature can actually destroy something massive like our Pack Hunter or our Brontodon. So a good way to get rid of this is to use that Rapid Bite we looked at in the last challenge. Both of these are very valuable, but we do want to get rid of the Death Touch. We can actually handle big creatures because we're going to be dropping big creatures of our own. So even though it might feel bad to use the Rapid Bite, don't want to lose that Caryatid. So even though it might feel bad to use the Rapid Bite on such a weak creature, kind of need to here so we don't lose anything. Alright, we're at a good point here. We can either destroy one of these guys or get our Pack Hunter on the field. I think we'll get the Pack Hunter down. No need to attack. We're just building up till we've got a nice, strong board. Alright, now here's where things get a little scary. So now, we can't just let her keep dealing damage because this Gorger will start buffing. And that will become a problem. Fortunately, we have answers for this. If I drop this Pack Hunter, it will buff this Baloth to 5/5. This now gives 2 mana. Plus we have 1 left over. We can use the Rapid Bite. Take the 5/5 or really anything. Let's just get rid of this creature so we don't have to deal with it. This is left to attack. They can't trade really. The trample goes through, so we deal all of the excess damage to Liliana. Pretty big flyer. That would have made things an issue if the Gorger were still on the field, but it's gone. Let's get ourselves a bunch more mana. We'll go ahead and attack through. He can block with the 4/4 now, so we have to be careful. That's not bad. We clear his entire field. There was a better way to play it. If you saw, I did have the mana, I think this turn with the Caryatid here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could have dropped this Brontodon. That would have been very nice. But, we can do it now. We'll have to pass a turn. We're not going to want to lose that creature. And when we summon this Indrik, we're going to let that through. We don't want to take the damage. Ooh, that's a problematic card. Alright, so we've got a couple of options here. Let's see, we've got 5, we've got 9 mana, so we can do one or the other. When this enters the field, we can have it fight a target creature. We're going to go ahead and do that to take out the Typhoid Rat. And we can attack through. Alright, now we've got enough mana, we can play all of this. Get our Gigantosaurus on the field, get Prized Unicorn on the field. Again, this would have been faster if I had played that other turn correct. But we have more than enough here. We can use the Rabid Bite to get that out of the way. And everyone just attacks. Our board is just so powerful. The other deck can't really keep up. And that's kind of the strategy. So that's it. Green deck, very straightforward. Only thing left to do is to fight a human opponent. And as with all of our color challenge series, we'll concede after a couple of turns. We'll let them take the win. We are going to be working on ways to farm up lots of gold on this account, and we don't particularly need this win, so we'll give it away. Alright, so here we are against our human opponent. This is a pretty good starting hand. So here we are against our human opponent, the final opponent. As with our other color challenges, we'll probably concede this match. We'll give them the win. You can do that to get the rewards quickly, or, if you'd like, you can play it out against your opponent. This account, we're going to look at how to farm quite a bit of gold and kind of progress without spending too much money, hence the name of the channel. And so we don't particularly need this win. We'll give it to this newer player over here. You'll always be matched with a beginner player when you're completing these color challenges. So we'll just play out a couple turns. We'll get an idea of what this deck would look like. Right, get some powerful creatures on the board here. We really want to get to the point where we can get that Sentinel Spider out. That's a good one. Colossal Majesty is also great. We've got a creature with enough power on the field. We'll probably drop that next turn. Unless we have enough mana. We have to draw into a forest here, I think. Yep. To get the Sentinel Spider down. Oh, I always forget. The 4 power allows us to count for 2 mana, which is excellent. We can get our spider down, no problem. Oof. Not a good trade for our opponent. So we've got enough here. Let's drop the Colossal Majesty. Next, they can... I don't want to lose all these creatures quite yet, so we're just going to say no attacks. We'll leave everything up to defend, and end our turn. We could use the instant to overcome the Vampire Opportunist, but I want to hang on to that in case we need it for the Gorger. Ooh, Coldblade. we'll play out 1 or 2 more turns here. We're in a very good position. I think we will end up, or would end up winning this one. But, like I said, we'll concede and give it to the opponent. Ooh. Get the Colossal Majesty proc finally. Beautiful 2 forests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. More than enough. We can drop the spider. Very, very nice. And let's not attack. Typhoid rat. So we're going to be looking for some removal here. Maybe a rabid bite to get rid of that. And at some point we will have to make a move and start destroying these creatures. This will get a little dicey. For now, our Sentinel Spider is going to put in a lot of work, really being able to block everything on the field. And let's see, so we've got 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we're very close to having everything that we need. Let's get one of our pack hunters out. We've got enough on the board. Let's go ahead and move in for an attack. Could choose the Typhoid Rat, but we'll get the damage through at the very least. Gonna hang on to the... No, this gets complicated against the black deck because these guys are looking for life damage. That's looking for destroyed creatures, and that Typhoid Rat is going to cause such a problem. So I'm not really threatened at all here. I'm going to end my turn. We're going to wait for something to get rid of that Typhoid Rat. Alright, the Skeleton Archer deals 1 damage. I'm assuming he's going to use it on the Caryatid. So we're going to buff that up. Make sure that it can survive. And we won't be losing anything this turn. With the Colossal Majesty, if he can't get anything done, I also just have so much more draw power here. Our hand is going to stay nice and full. While he has almost nothing left to use, really. He's got the skeleton sitting in his graveyard, and 1 card in the hand. So there's no rush. I have all the time in the world. Oh, he's going to attack with everything. This is nice for us. We get to choose the blockers. Alright, so let's assign. Definitely want to get rid of one of the Savage Gorges, and only the spider can do that. And we want to get rid of the Cold Blade. And might as well remove this Vampire Opportunist. He'll get 1, 2 damage in. Savage Gorger will get a little stronger, but still nothing to worry about. And he's just so out of draw power. While we keep replenishing with these double card draws. Alright, we kept the Pack Hunter on the field. This is a nice big Pack Hunter. Also have enough we can drop the Unicorn. Alright. And so we could carry this out, but you see how things are going to play out. I don't want to take a whole bunch of time. We're going to go ahead and concede the game. We'll give it to him. We kind of win at this point. He's got nothing in his hand. We're drawing 2 cards every turn. Thank you very much for joining, and this has been Magic the Budgeting. That is the Green Deck Challenge. Pretty straightforward one, but hopefully it helped. If you needed it, don't forget to like and subscribe, especially if it was your first time joining in. And I'll see you for more Magic content, either here on Arena or in paper in general. And see you next time.